Otter Tries to get even. Getting even just for spite often doesn't pay. Fact is, it is very apt to work the other way. This is just how it happened that little Joe Otter furnished Buster Bear with the best fishing he had had for a long, long time. He didn't mean to do it. Oh my, no. You see, all the time he thought he was getting even with Buster Bear. He wasn't well enough acquainted with Buster to know that Buster is quite as smart as he is, and perhaps a little bit smarter. Spite and selfishness were at the bottom of it. You see, little Joe and Billy Mink had had all the fishing in the Laughing Brook to themselves so long that they thought no one else had any right to fish there. When they found out that Buster Bear was a fisherman, they made up their minds that something had to be done about it. At least little Joe Otter did. You see, he was thinking of that fat trout which he had caught, but which Buster Bear had eaten. "I'll watch tomorrow morning," said little Joe to Billy Mink, "and as soon as I see him coming, I'll drive out all the fish from these little pools. I guess that will teach him to let our fish alone." So the next morning before daylight, little Joe hid close beside a little pool where he had seen Buster Bear fishing. Sure enough, just as the jolly little sunbeams began to dance through the green forest, he saw Buster Bear coming straight for that little pool. Little Joe slipped into the water and chased all the fish out of that little pool, and then hurried down to the next little pool and did the same thing. Now, Buster Bear is very smart. He knew that little Joe would be watching for him that morning, so he only went far enough to make sure that little Joe saw him. Then, instead of keeping on to that little pool, he hurried to a place way down the Laughing Brook where the water was very shallow, hardly over his feet. And there he sat down, chuckling to himself. Things happened just as he expected. The frightened fish little Joe chased out of the pools up above swam down the Laughing Brook because, you know, little Joe was behind them, and there was nowhere else for them to go. When they came to the place where Buster was waiting, all he had to do was to scoop them out on the bank. It was great fun. It didn't take Buster long to catch all he could eat. Then he saved a nice fat trout and sat down to wait. By and by along came little Joe Otter, chuckling to think how he had spoiled Buster Bear's fishing. He was so intent on watching behind him to see if Buster was coming that he didn't see Buster at all until he spoke. "I'm much obliged for the fine breakfast you have given me," said Buster in his deepest, most grumbly-rumbly voice. "I've saved a fat trout for you to make up for the one I ate yesterday. I hope we'll go fishing together often." Then he went off, laughing fit to kill himself. Little Joe Otter was so surprised and angry that he just went off by himself and sulked. And Billy Mink, who had been watching, ate the fat trout. Now, how would you like a story about Granny and Reddy Fox?